Hey everyone, it's Rev here, blah blah blah. This is just a quick little video to share with you guys what I learned after hours of testing Hydra on day 1, so here we go. First thing I wanted to test was how effective Royal Guard's AoE damage would be, even with the AoE damage reduction like I said in my last video. So I just stitched some random team together to quickly try that out, while at the same time figuring out which of these heads had attack higher than defense, or defense higher than attack by using Ursuga's A2. As you can see, three of these heads have attack over defense, including DK, Torment, and Mischief, while Head of Suffering seems to have higher defense and be tankier than the other three by far. I was also trying to figure out when to use my block buffs. As you can see, it worked out right there, as Head of Suffering was unable to place its protection buffs, plus Mischief couldn't steal anything. And there finally goes the Royal Guard slam right there. He's at about 250 crit damage, and that damage was okay, considering we got the Head of Suffering, which increases AoE resistance by 30% rather than the standard 10, meaning this rotation of heads currently has 60% AoE resistance rather than 40, but for a 4-turn cooldown I wouldn't recommend using Royal Guard, at least not with Head of Suffering being out. Without that head, meaning they would have 40% AoE resistance, and with someone to reset your Royal Guards like a Kaimart or a Countess Lix, then it might be worth it. Which was exactly what I tried to do right there, but all the debuffs overwhelmed me and I couldn't reset very well. My main issue with this rotation was of course the head of DK being in the starting team. It becomes really hard to utilize block buffs properly like I wanted to. Not only that, but their AI is pretty intelligent. If you don't put out a good number of debuffs out there, aka waste one of your skills, it won't use its A2 at all, so you're obligated to get rid of one AoE skill to bait it out. Placing decreased speed on the heads can be pretty good because every time they take a turn, it further decreases the countdown to eat your champion, as well as boosting your own speed with turn meter and speed champions. So don't let increased speed get stolen like I did here. Some champions seem to be capable to deal a respectable amount of single target damage, provided you're able to set them up with decreased defense and weaken. As you can see, my Whisper was doing pretty good for herself with that A2 ignoring defense when weaken is placed. Ideally, you would want War Master on everybody so you can focus the heads that get protected by Life Barrier and the ones that eat your champions. With all that said, it's still extremely clear that HP burn is the best way to be dealing damage, and if you time your AoE burn champ after DK's A2, and then start increasing the burn duration with a champion like Tylesia or Vildrax, you should have a pretty good time. If you have Veil, Head of Torment was pretty squishy in my experience. In fact, it was the only one I was able to chop off thanks to Ninja veiling himself and focusing it down. If you don't have Veil, you can focus it up and have your Cleanser remove the fears from your damage champions. Even squishier seemed to be Mischief, whose only protection is the hit redirection unless it's under Hex, so if you got a solid Hex champion build, it seems you could easily focus that one down as well. Overall, I was able to deal really good damage turn 1 with my debuffs out there, but DK always ruined everything. In my opinion, it's the worst head by far, and if it wasn't among the starting heads, I would be able to do a lot more. Conclusion. Fuck the head of DK, HP burns are great, single target champions can help you focus ahead as the burns do the AoE hits look decent but probably not worth it unless you're resetting cooldowns, even then it's probably best to just burn it all down. Going for speed can help you play longer before your champ gets chomped, and revivers seem pretty good. Arbiter was really helping me out a lot with the whole team revive. Also her A2 can decrease the buff durations on the heads, which is pretty cool.